Hey guys, just wanted to jump on here today and go over the blueprint that we discussed 2 weeks ago in our team meeting on how we can get to $10,000 annual premium per month if that's your goal. Okay, I just put together some ideas here for you guys to kind of follow along. Okay, I am just getting over COVID, so please forgive my voice, and I'm hoping that my whiteboard is going to cooperate today because it didn't cooperate in our team meeting. But the first thing that you want to do if you're going to get to $10,000 annual premium per month is you need to be structured. Okay, so structure is the most important thing. And I find working for myself, it's really, really hard to keep structured. So what I do is I take my calendar the day before my week starts, which for me is on Friday because my week starts on Saturday. So I will put in my calendar the hours that I'm working, the days that I'm working, and I'll block it all out. So this way, during that time, I'm not doing anything else. Okay. If you're not doing that, guys, you're not going to succeed or be successful because you're kind of all over the place. And you can't be all over the place when you own your business and you're trying to be and you're trying to make money, because you'll just start saying that you're working, but then you're going to find yourself doing other things. So really, really important to be accountable to yourself and accountable to your calendar. Your calendar is going to be your boss. Okay. So block out the time that you're working in your calendar. So first thing you're going to do is be structured. Let me see if you can see this good. Structure. Okay. That's the number one tip. Secondly, the goal, you want to set your goal every week. So your goal is going to be at least $10,000 of annual premium. Okay, who doesn't want to make $10,000 of annual premium every month, right? This is a very, very attainable goal for everybody. I don't care if you're new. I don't care how long you've been doing this. I don't care if you're part-time. I don't care if you're full-time. $10,000 is a very, very doable annual premium. And I'm going to tell you how to get there. Okay. By the way, once you hit $10,000 of annual premium one time, you're never not going to hit $10,000 of annual premium, because once you figure out how to do that, I don't never want to say it's easy, but it's just really following a system and it becomes easier. Okay. All right. So I just want to see if my other colors will work. So we're going to break everything down into baby steps. Okay. So if we want to hit $10,000 annual premium per month, what does that look like per week? Can we see green? All right. So $10,000 of annual premium per month is $2,500 of annual premium per week. Okay, so we're going to base it on weeks. So $2,500 annual premium per week. How do we get to $2,500 annual premium per week? Okay, well, if we know that the average policy costs $500, by the way, the average policy, this is a very low average policy number, and it really depends on the leads that you're using. So if you're doing all final expense leads, and this is probably the average annual premium. If you're doing mortgage protection, it's going to be much higher than this. And if you're doing the mix, it's probably going to be somewhere in between. So we're going to use the low end numbers just to kind of give you very, very basic low end. Okay. But if you're doing a mix of like mortgage protection, instant internet, final expense, your average annual premium is going to be between $800 to $1,000 instead of $500. Okay. So again, very easy, very, very low average annual premium. Okay. So if we know that the average annual premium is $500, then we know that we have to sell 5 policies times 500 to get to $2,500 per week. Okay. All right. So how do we sell 5 policies? All right. Well, we have to make appointments, right? So how many appointments do we need to make in order to get to our 5? So you want to make at least 15 appointments per week. Okay. I would suggest doing more than 15, but at a minimum, you need to do 15 appointments a week. Okay. If you can do 15 appointments a week, we know that at least 1/3 are going to fall off the books, possibly more, but 1/3. And it really depends on how you're meeting with these clients. If you're going in home, you're going to have less no-shows. If you're doing Zooms and telesales, you're going to have more no-shows. So it's really hard to say exactly how many are going to fall off, but let's just say 1/3 fall off. So if 1/3 out of the 15 appointments fall off, then we're getting 10 appointments. Okay, so we're actually sitting with 10 families. Okay. So if we sit with 10 families, the average agent, let's say they close 50%. Okay, so the average agent can close 50%, especially if you're in home. If you're in home, your closing ratio is going to be much higher than if you're doing Zoom or telesales. Okay, you can get more appointments doing Zoom or telesales because you're not driving around, but you're going to get more people to show up if you're in home, and you're going to get more closes if you're in home, because people like to see people face to face. Okay. So let's just say you close half. So you see 10, you close half. That means you've sold 5 policies. Okay. If you sell 5 policies at $500, there's your $2,500. Okay. So far, super simple. All right. So once again, the goal is $10,000 annual premium. We break that up by week, which is $2,500 annual premium. That means we have to we have to book 15 appointments minimum to sit with 10 to close 5 at $500 each, which gives us $2,500 annual premium, which totals $10,000 annual premium per month. Okay, very simple, very basic. Now, how many leads do we have to buy in order to get our 15 appointments per week? So I'm going to say at a minimum, guys. So if you're newer and you're looking at a budget, you know, I would love to see you guys spend $500 every time you dial. I know sometimes that's unrealistic. So if we have to find an affordable budget for everybody, I would say between $300 and $350 at a minimum. That's minimum. You can't spend less than that, guys, or else you're not going to be able to get enough lead flow. Okay. And lead flow is the name of the game. You have to keep your lead flow up. The more leads you have, the more bats you're going to get. Okay. And the more bats you're going to get, the more chances that you're going to hit that $10,000 or more of annual premium. Okay. But if we have to just look very, very basic, I'm going to say you have to at least buy 45 leads. Okay. 45 leads per week. Okay. And where did I come up with that number? Because if you can make 1/3 of those, if you can get in contact with 1/3 and book 1/3 of those meetings, that would be 15. So if you book 1/3 of this 45, you're looking at 15 appointments. Okay. Some newer agents may say that seems impossible, and it might be. You know, you have to get your skill level up, but average agent, 45 leads, you can book 1/3, and now you got your 15 appointments. Okay. So the next question is, what leads should we buy? So you want to do a good mix. I would do a good mix of leads. Okay. So I would probably say, if you want to do some mortgage protection, some final expense, and then if you want to add some fresh leads, and you can do some instant internets, because those are the most cost effective. Okay. So let's just say I'm going to go up here, hopefully down here. Okay. So the leads that you should buy. So I'm going to give you an example. So 12 mortgage protection 2-month-old. And those are $7 each. Okay. And then you can do 16 final expense 2-month-old. And those are $5 each. Okay. And then you can do 7 final expense 1-month-old. And those are $8 a piece. And then you can do 5 mortgage protection 1-month-old. And those are $9 a piece. And then you can add in 5 instant internets at $11 a piece. Okay. So all of those leads are going to total $320 per week. Okay, so $320 a week lead spend. Here's a nice breakdown of what leads to buy. And that's going to give you your 45 leads. Okay, guys, so I hope you can see this and I hope it's helpful. But once again, the goal is $10,000 annual premium, breaks down to $2,500 per week at an average annual premium of $500 per application. We need to close 5. How do we close 5? We book 15 appointments. Out of those 15, you're going to get 10 show up. Out of those 10, you're going to close 5. Okay, 5 times 500 gives you $2,500 annual premium per week, times 4 is 10,000. Okay, so there's the way that you're going to get to your $10,000 annual premium. You need at least 45 leads. I would love to see you guys with a lot more. Okay, but if you're looking just to stay in a budget and you're new, and you know this is really kind of you're trying to wrap your brain around buying leads, and you want to keep it between 300 to 350, then 45 leads. And here's a good breakdown of the leads that you want to buy. Okay. You might not do it the first week, you might not do it the second week, but as time goes on, you're getting more leads in your pipeline. You're going to see that it's going to start getting better and better and better. Okay, so just activity, 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 because that's what's going to trump knowledge every single time. You guys having activity and keeping your activity level up is going to trump my knowledge every single time. Okay, so get structured, get your activity level up, and just constantly make sure you're doing your dials. Dials are the most important part. You can't get away from doing dials, guys. So at least 2 times per week, 5 hours each time. Okay, that's 10 hours a week doing dials. Okay. And if that doesn't get you your 15 appointments per week, then you need to keep dialing until you get your 15 appointments a week. Okay. Just because we say 10 hours doesn't mean that you do 10 hours and that only got you 3 appointments and then you're done for the week. No, that means you have to keep dialing more and more until you get your 15. You don't stop until you get your 15. Okay. It's going to get easier, guys. I promise. The beginning is tough, but it does get easier. And then once you kind of get into the groove and you know what you're doing, you can double this. And then you can get to $20,000 in annual premium. And then you can triple it and get to $30,000 annual premium. It really is, I promise you guys, it really is just a numbers game. So just keep up the good work. I hope this was helpful and I hope this made sense. And talk to you guys soon. Call me if you need me.